Decades-old Craftsman Lawnmower does work. William Hovey Smith, 2024.
This is Hovey Smith, the Backyard Sportsman. Our old Craftsman Lawnmower here that we've been working on for months, it belonged to my late brother-in-law, is an interesting lawnmower as being a bit of mechanical art. And so we have been working on it. And now it is actually going to see some real use. I don't fiddle around with mechanical things just for the pleasure of it, although there's nothing wrong with that. We're going to use this vehicle. And right now it is its first real working use. We're going to use it to pull this trailer, and it's loaded with wood cutting material, chainsaws and such, because we have some big branches to cut and move today. And this lawnmower is going to play its part. So, let's go to work. Now the old engine in this is a 19.5 horsepower engine, and it uses oil. It's okay, I have to add oil every time I mow the lawn. Well, yeah, we'll get around to that one of these days. And it smokes. Yeah, it does. But it tends to idle raggedly until you get exactly the right amount of fuel going into the carburetor, and then it runs smoothly. So maybe to give you an example, we'll see. So if you have the gas set right, then yeah, it'll run strong, and it'll run smoothly. Well, that's something we'll work on at a later date. Right now, we've got work for this thing to do. Ultimately, we are going to put this mower deck on the mower. But in the meantime, these are the rods that actually adjust the height of the mower on the front, and then also are an aid in attaching the belt. So I may well have to move these attachments here, and putting a little oil on them perhaps ease the process?
My fans, who did not want to be identified, left with 2 books and a t-shirt. And what did I give a young man? Well, the most important thing was make your own job anytime, anywhere, at any age, which I think every young person needs to have. And he was interested in cooking. So one of my most exhaustive treatments of wild game cooking is actually in extreme muzzleloading. And I have a section on recipes in the back. Now, he also left with a t-shirt imprinted on the back with my cover of backyard deer hunting, which I also recommend for young hunters or anyone else who wants to get into the hunting sports. If you're planning a day's work trail clearing, what do I suggest you use? Well, one thing we've got here, we have 2 chainsaws. One gas with a longer bar and an electric chainsaw here. We have fuel, we have oil to lube the bar oil, and we also have gas mix as well if we need it. Also have a jack here, an axe, wedges, tools to work the chainsaw, and we have some water and some soft drinks. And that should keep us for several hours, one would hope. I also have some pieces of cord and rope here because we're going to be towing some of this stuff away, as well as putting bigger pieces here in the trailer once I get it unloaded. And this is the task at hand. Getting that big tangle of tops and cut branches out of here so that we can cut these big limbs that are going to fall someday, but I'd rather them not fall on me. And we have at the end the great big trunk section, which hopefully will stay in place but might roll on us. I do not know. So we're going to start working at the top end first and then work our way back as we go. And this way, if the tree should roll, okay, we'll be basically out of the way of it. Your equipment staging area needs to be near the work, but not so close as your tree or whatever you're working on. The branches might fall on it. So you want to keep it close by, but clear of any falling debris. Our number 2 mechanical aid has arrived. I'm going to use that Husqvarna mower to pull out the tops to my burn pile. That way I and the guy who's coming to help me don't have to worry with them. I can cut those up in my yard anytime. But what I really need help is these bigger limbs. To give you a closer pan around the area, all of the hanging stuff you notice is gone. So now I can go down my trail without fear of something falling on me if we have a heavy wind sometimes. Thanks to the help of a former GI and a fan of mine from YouTube and his son, look, got most of this stuff gone. And all in a single afternoon. Something I could not have done very easily by myself. So, that worked out very well. A little electric chainsaw did good for cutting the small stuff. It got tangled up in some vines and through its chain, but that's no biggie. And they brought their own little saw, still about like yay, and it did a jam-up job on cutting up this tree, which agreed is partially rotten, but nonetheless it did a yeoman's job worth of cutting. And we got it hauled off and dumped. So for now, this is Hovey Smith, reminding you to hunt what you eat and eat what you hunt. Be legal, be ethical, be safe,
goodbye, God bless, and see you next time.